Hello everybody. We'll wait a few minutes. I'll just eat some fudge, get some fudge ready. Hello Jessica. I'm just eating a little bit of fudge. I'll wait for a few more to come up. You not turned off your notifications. I don't know how to do it, mate. So this is what we're doing tonight. Oh, everybody's dropping up. This nice little snail mail folder. And it's got my sticker on the back. So I'll wait for a few more people to jump on. Thank you. So you can have it whatever size you want, but I'm just doing it the full A4 length. But you can, have it however, and the belly band isn't tight, so you can add more, one by the time I add bits to it, it will get a little bit thicker. So that is what we're doing this evening. So I'll just leave that to one side, so when other people join, I can quickly just show them. So you need a piece of A4 cardstock. Now this blue is a complementary sheet to the one in the kit, because I've used one in the kit, but you're going to want to score it at 4 1/8. And that's all you score and what you need. Now then, it's not it's a little lip. I don't know if you can see that, but do that. So like, you can have this as tall as you want to. You just have to work out your pockets differently to mine. But we are going to be doing a bit of stenciling tonight on the front, and then we're going to be working off and on the front while some of it dries, because I'll be using some of this chalk spray just to give it like a little bit of an effect. Also using the Memento Teal Zeal ink, and I've got a blending brush. So just put some on your brush, and then you can just build up your stencil. However much you want on, and it just gives you a soft, like tone on tone bit. So I'll be using some of the stamps which are in the kit, and also some of the stamps which I've pulled in from other kits or other things, just to complement the kit and to show you that, you know, you can you know, use this kit with other things that you have in your craft stuff already. And also if you're into mixed media, you can use this with your mixed media pastes and things like that. So, you know, there's a lot of potential with this stencil. So this will be also quite good for if you're doing the mermaid month with Christiane and Rachel. So it would work quite well. I think on my other one I've got the mermaids just tone on tone. So that's all the stenciling. Just going to put that back on. So that's your basic background. And again, if you wanted to go more deep colours, so I've got like a lot of ink on there, then it's softening out. You know, you can do that either way really. So I'm going to grab my mermaids, and this is a Lawn Form stamp set, I think. And then you can ink these up. And again, it looks quite dark, but they tone down once the ink starts to dry a bit. And we'll be putting stuff on top of these as well, so it just gives a little bit more depth to your project. So and then just pop off back. I'm going to get a shoal. Is it a shoal of fish? Skull of fish. I'm just going to put them about as well, but again, this is just to give a little bit more of the eye to see in the background, rather than having it as a focal point. So that is that bit so far. So just make sure that if you've got these, you just need to make sure that they are well and truly shaken up. This is like a beige chalky white, and I'm just putting it on, like tapping it on. Just quite randomly. There we go. This is how it looks like. Schooler fish. No, John doesn't have a spanner.
We got you.
So you just clean that up with your hand. And while that's drying, we will these other stamps here I've had in my stash for a very long time. So yeah. So I've just been using what I've got. No. So we're going to do a I've got my glue gun on. So we're going to do a policy envelope as one of the features within the thing. So I'm just going to pick out my pear pot. I have this one, I think. And then just need to trim this down to 6 by 6. You just want to grab your scoreboard. You want to make sure you know which is going to be your top and your bottom. It's going to be that way, and then you want to score at 3 3/4 of an inch. Turn it around, score it again at 3/4 of an inch, and then turn it around so it's on the opposite side, and then you want to score at 1.5. Turn it around and score it at 1 5/8. That's it. And we can score these, and then we can just cut out the corners. So excuse me. Hi Jane. So it hasn't really got a directional pattern to it as such. So I'm going to pick my top and take off my top flap, and then I'm just going to punch a notch in the top. and then we can pop this all together. So I'm going to use some glue for the back and then some tape for the bottom. So I just find these policy envelopes are really good for all sorts of things. So she's been hiding. So yeah. So just make sure that you haven't stuck your insides together. As we all know, we've all done that before. And while that is drying, we can decorate the front of this. So this little girl here is part of a little stamp set. We haven't got a name for that. Oh, hope you're on the mend, Jane. We're sending our love. And then we're going to have a bit of some sunglasses. I find the ones I want. You can have some purple sunglasses, a beach ball. Shall I shed in the background? Shed in the background. I've got some treasure from another stamp set somewhere. I have literally just been, one day I just sat and coloured when I done my legging at work, but we won't go into that. So yeah, so I've got all my little bits and pieces. So we'll start off with this, and so we'll need some dots out. I think everybody's had a rough lately with one thing or another. So just popping tape on the back of what I know needs tape, and then some foam dots on the back of her glasses. A little map. I do apologise, I need to know how to turn off my notifications, really.
I'll show you later.
So yeah. So I'm just going to put the little girl down, and then behind her head we'll just put the, like her beach hut, and then we'll stick a chest of gold or sandwiches or whatever you want them to be. Pop her sunglasses on. Now these sunglasses, they can be done any which way, and when you see some of the examples from Jess and Zara, you're going, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. So they're all beavering away with some of their samples, so they'll be coming soon. So that is the little girl. So what comes with a stamp is your beach ball, the little girl, the sunglasses, and the beach hut, and some sayings. So you get, you get a few of them, and then I'm just going to get some of the enamel dots. And I think you're right, Jess. I think I need to stock these because I'm going through them like nobody's business. We're just going to put that on the top of the beach ball. Just like that. So that is one item just ready to get popped into the snail mail. And then the next one is just a standalone pocket. Now I'm hoping, I'll need to break into another piece of paper, which is fine. So I'll leave those counterparts later. So I'm going to use the postage stamps. As you can tell, I have done so much and I've nearly demolished my pad, but I have done so much with it. I will be doing a video exactly what I've done with mine, so just to give you ideas of what can be achieved with it. So yeah, so just keep the counterparts to one side. So your first pocket, now the pockets I do might be completely different to yours because it might be this different height and everything else. So my first one is going to be 3 3/4, and I've done my first one at 3.5. And you can keep this one for your second one. I do need a tissue, thank you. Hi Caroline. So yeah, so you can flip it over and you can even like do a double pocket on it, so that might be an idea. If I do this at, oh, my little assistant has brought me some tissue, like 1 square at a time, and he shoved it in my wet stuff. So there you go. We'll do that. So excuse me while I just blow my nose. Can I finish making a noise? So we'll just put some finger punches in this. So I'm going to move both pieces together so I get them lined up. And then pop them down. And then obviously we can pop the top bit down first. Oops. So we'll leave obviously that one until we actually stick it into the snail mail. So I always tend to push my glue out to the outside, so if I put too much on it, then it should leak outwards rather than inwards. Should say hopefully. There you go. So there's your double little pocket, and we can decorate this up as well. So I've been doing all sorts. I've been doing pirate ships, anything that sort of goes with my theme. I've sort of done really. And I've added different I've put like the sentiments together, so it's got like 2 different fonts on it and things like that. So oops. So yeah, when I did my legging on Wednesday, I sort of just sat and coloured a lot of images in. So that all went sort of with the summer theme. So I've been, to be fair, I've loved colouring. Just made me, you know, quite relaxed and, you know. Because we're going to be putting the belly band on there, where we can have a little bit of dimension, but obviously not too much. But you want your belly band on and off. But there you go. So the seaside comes with the stamp in the kit, and then the matey is just out of my stash. So you can see how it all ties in quite nicely, and I've limited myself to just a specific colours. So all my colouring has had that in, so it's, you know, sort of all ties in. And then just trying to think what else. Thank you. So we can do that, and then so we can cut these counterparts up. So I'm going to have these 3 here. And we're going to have them, instead of going sideways, we're going to have them coming down. So that's, so that would be that way. All right. Yeah. I think that's the way I want them. So try and use my grid mat and get them as straight as I can. And then I'm going to use my Yay washi tape. Now there's 2 washi tapes. There's the Yay and there's the confetti one. So you will get either or. So Jess got the confetti and Zara got the yay one. So it's sort of like the look of the drawer, which one you get in your kit. So up on there and just do that. So that will go in my book without sticking out, so we can decorate these here. So yeah. Which animal don't you like, Jess? I think I've already shown it by accident, but I don't want to upset her. Right. Don't want to necessarily show it when I don't know if I've shown it or not. So, you know, so you're if you're sending this as happy mail, then you know they can use what you send as little toppers, or we can use them as
Just asking, show what?
I don't want to show which animal you're scared of. I've got a funny feeling I've already shown it by mistake, which wasn't my intention. So all this needs to be flat on this bit here. So okay. So yeah. So the last thing I want to do is show that. So yeah, so we'll just stick all this down now, and then hopefully the front of the cover is dry enough to carry on, and we can decorate, put these in and then decorate, or decorate the inside as well and everything else. So yep, so the lovely Zara's on holiday. So I'm not too sure if she'll be joining us this evening, but it's so nice to see so many of you here. And thanks for the likes, much appreciated. So I need to remember to, once we stop getting edited via YouTube, I need to remember to release them from the pending bit of YouTube. So once I've done the top, I will show you what this looks like. So that is that one there. So, and then that just folds up like that. So as it comes up out your book, you'll look at it like that, and then you'll be able to see all the sayings as well. So we'll have a look at this. Yep, that's dry enough now. So we'll just put them to one side. Just tidy this up a bit. And then what I did was, before I stamped the inside, just so it broke everything up a little bit. And you can have as much in these as you want to, and wherever you want them to be, you know. If you can have another you know, another policy envelope down here, you know. We'll be doing another, we've got this pocket here, so we might be able to do a pocket up there, and then do, you know, a bigger pocket here, you know. So all depends on what you want to do. So we're just going to grab the stamps, and I'm going to just do the beach hut and the beach ball and the sunglasses, I think, this time. I'm just going to arrange them where I want them to be, and then I'm just going to get the stamp block and remember where I put it, and then I'm just going to pop it on. and just tap the ink onto it, and then just ink away, stamp away. And because it's like blue on blue, it has that nice tone effect. And I'm going to do the whole of the inside page in one of these. I'm not going to mix my stamps like I did last time. So, and again, you can just turn your stamp block around to give you different looks. Hello, Zara. So, what a fab idea. So, it does take a little bit of time, but I do think it's worth it. But you just breaks up a plain page, and because I've picked one of the ink colours to complement the kit, yeah, I've done it before, and I've sat there and coloured them all in and made my own background papers. And this is a great way if you've bought like the kit and you've run out of, because I've nearly run out of papers now. I've only got a handful of full sheets left. So I might get to a point where I'll still want to show you different ideas off, but I've got no paper left to do it, so I might have to do my own background papers. And this is where you can bring in other stamp sets which complement your theme. So, which is why I've sat down and I really have looked through my stash and got, actually, that'll work. That's like a sea theme, beach, summer theme type of thing. So, and obviously if your ink pad's bigger, then you just have to dip in. So, but, and you just add, because once you've added, it just breaks it up, I think. And if you wanted to, you could go in there. If you were doing this on white, you could go in there and colour it in and things like that, which I have done before, but I'm not going to do on this because I know it takes the time. But and also, if you're new to stamping, it's a good way to get your confidence up, because if it goes wrong, then you just hide it underneath a piece of work. So, nobody's going to sit there and go, oh, that hasn't stamped correctly, Also, we've been thinking that after the pre-order has been done and you've received your kit, if you use a hashtag, and the hashtag will be mentioned on my page, then you'll be put into a little draw to win a little goodie for buying the kit and showing your work off. So the hashtag will be revealed on the 15th, so keep your eyes peeled. So there's your inside of your paper, and then there's your outside. So it is very easy to do with very little surprise, and you know, if you're why is it you start working and your desk's clear, and by the time you finish working it's
because you're a messy bugger.
Language please. So we won't decorate the inside, we'll do the outside. So we've got like the stenciling, and then we've got the school of fish, and then we've got the little mermaids, and then we've got some chalk drops everywhere to give that sense of like that bit of water. And we can just, you know, place the little characters on. In no specific order. And I've got some like sea themed critters, and just trying to use not everything I've stamped out and done, but I do have a bit. Coloured and ready to go. And some of them I might need to get some more done, but that's a job when I'm not in the mood to do anything else really. So we'll just do that like that to begin with, and then we can start adding it down. Now for this I've learned just to go one bit at a time and to do it, because otherwise you forget where things were and everything else. So I'm just putting the tape on to begin with. It's a bit like, you know, production line. You do one job at a time and then you go back and do another. So with this, you know, doing the paper as your background, if you're doing a background for a card, you don't have to do a full sheet. You can just do your card base as a bit. Especially if you've done backgrounds before, then you can use, you know, do that as a taster to see if you like doing it. So not my cup of tea, the girl stamp set My mate and his missus are the design team for them stamp company. I can't decide whether I like it or not. Super cute. I do have a few finished stamps back from my company. Yeah, I thought, you know, she's quite cute, really. So, I thought she was just a little bit different to the normal stamps, really. And with the sunglasses, I've just put glossy accents on the shade bits just to give it a bit of glare. Yeah, we all like different things, and it would be very boring if we liked all the same. She's quite cute. She's, you know, it was like this one or another one which I was drawn to, but I quite liked her. So I'm just going to just grab some glue and sort of glue his leg down. I just can't get, I don't have any really thin tape at the moment. So there's the front of that. So we can start decorating the inside now. So I'm going to have this up the top, I think. I'm going to have quite a few pockets on this one compared to my last one, but you know. I think that's the beauty of these things. You can mix and match and work out what you want and where you want them. So I'm going to get the glue and I'm going to pop this pocket in. So yeah, so this glue does set off quite quickly, so it's not too bad. So yeah, some of them are a bit weird from the company, but then again, I've seen some other weird stamps. So it's horses or courses, I think. So right, to make sure that this stops in, I put double-sided tape on, and then I put the washi tape on top, and then I flip it over, and then put washi tape on there as well. So it all still ties in, but for it being attached to the card, I know that it's a little bit stronger. So and it's not going to fall off with the washi tape. So there we go. Now just make sure that that's stuck down. So yeah, just bear with me while I chuck something. It's awake now.
We'll wait all along.
So I was going to make some paper clips, but I forgot to bring the paper clips over. But I will do them on a different video and just add them to here. So one of these is going to, somebody sent me a letter, so when I reply, I'm just going to put this in with some letters and some goodies and things like that. So yeah. So yeah, I'm going to put these sunglasses on dimensionals. And then have the balls flat but have a little dot in the middle of them, or at least on one of them. So oh, how are you getting on with the kid, Jessie? You got lots of inspiration? So, grab my enamel dots, which I'm running out of. Well, just have to. I can do my best. Just have to wait for people to come back if there are. If they're still about.
They were there.
I'll go one, but that'll be you. I can see them.
I'll just put a message on there. Yeah. You're coming back.
Yeah, I'm back. yeah, that John didn't pay his internet bill, so we're back now. So
Spent all the money on crafting stuff.
so I'll just wait for a few more to come back. So yeah. Do you think what's that was for? Good one, Farah. Ain't gonna like that one, but so while we're still waiting for people to come back, just gonna grab these little maps and see if they will pop on. We'll pop on there. She spent all the money on crafting supplies. I wish. Yeah, I'm sure he would do. So, what does your husband think of the kit? Has he seen it? Or have he kept it as a surprise? Not as a surprise, as in he won't he won't understand what it is. Yeah, John did. John needs to put 50p in the meter.
The exercise bike and pedal.
That's what you get for living out in him living out in the middle of nowhere. So, oh, that's cool. I think it's even better by you didn't have to pay for it. So we just need something here, really. I'm not too sure what. These are chip ball pieces which are left. Like I say, obviously I've been playing with the kit a little bit before I sent it out to the girls, so I've sort of got even less than they have now because I've used quite a bit. I'm just wondering what I could put on here. What's the show? Oh. Does he understand now, does he? So any ideas what we can put in this corner here? Because on this one here, I've, you know, done that, and then that was going to be where the paper, you know, have the paper clip in. But yeah, but I think if I can add something else here, then it'll make it look a bit stronger, but I'm not too sure what to add really. Whether or not to go for just a straight longer pocket. I'm not too sure. That's good. So what do you think we should put on here? Any suggestions? Bit of paper left, so I'm not too worried about it, like paper wise or card wise. First, if I could put, I might do that, do a purple card and then some patterned paper on there. That would look okay, wouldn't it? What do you reckon? Do that? So I'm just going to cut this down to 3 3/4. I mean, I can put my letter in there, can't I? That'd be quite good. And then I can have a pocket on the front as well. So that could work. And then have the chipboard as bits of thing. I might do it like that. I've got these strips, so I might do like a strippy collage type of thing on here, then put the pocket on top. So it gets to use some of these scrappy bits as well. So I'm determined to use as much, including the scraps, as possible. So I can share as much I can use out of the kit as possible, so it's not 2 projects and that's it. Yeah, it's a good way to use your scraps as well. It's just I know you've got the holes in them from the paper pad because that's how obviously it's designed to be stored in the shops, right, on a hook. But you know, you can put gems on there and things like that. So there is ways around the holes and stuff like that. So, but it's just a good way to get the most out of your, you know, most out of your money really. Because normally you would just bin these scraps, or you know, I have turned them into flowers before, but they're quite big. So you just need to chop these little bits off, and I won't use them. I will chuck them away. And then we can put a pocket on here. Can have 2 pockets really. Well, that one and then that one maybe. And then anything that's in here will hide those holes anyway. Yeah, I might do it like that. So I will just cut these down. And it's a good way of using your scrap pile as you grab scraps from other projects. Because we all get a little pile of scraps, and I think that, you know, it's a good way of getting them used, and I've done that one way round. That's fine. I'm not going to overly worry about got more hole at the top, but because I can add some like ribbon onto it or some twine, like it was always meant to be. So there we go. So pop that in here. And I haven't put notch holes in here because I think it's quite, I think most people will know there's a pocket in there by the time you add in your bits and pieces. So I do apologise if you hear any funny noises behind me. And then we can decorate this up. So have an ice cream trio of ice cream. So I always put glue on the back of the chipboard because sometimes, even though it's got stickers on it, it doesn't always stick very well. And sometimes as you peel it off, like I've just done now by accident, is you peel the stick a bit off anyway, and you just leave with the chipboard. So
No, still.
So
Just trying to avoid doing that.
yeah. Just be careful you don't move it once you're trying to pat them down to make sure they don't move. So there's your excuse me. So there's your your pockets all decorated and everything else. So the last thing I did was I done a belly band, and I've used, I'll just put this belly band back on here. So it's done that one. I think we all have got loads of scraps. I'm going to use my making of cards, going to order some big word dies from Ali. Yeah, I think scraps is the, crafters nightmare, isn't it? Really? So I'm just using the scrap pieces from offcuts of different projects, and this is a full sheet of full length of A4 card, and then I just wrap it around. I don't do mega tight because obviously I'm still going to be adding like ephemera or other bits and pieces to it. So I'm going to add my tape onto this side of the of it. So yeah, I've been making scrap cards with this as well and showing them as well. So I have stuck tape all the way down there. So I'm going to try and unsticky it as much as I can do. But be okay, I think. So there's your belly band, goes up and on, and then we can decorate this. This one was thinner, and then this one is a little bit thicker. So I need my scrap paper at I'm going to say 4 inches by 1 3/4. So I'm going to see if I've got anything that long. Nope. That will be perfect. I know there's a bit of border, big border either side, but that's fine with me because I don't necessarily want to grab out any more papers. So we can add that onto there. So, and depending, and I put a rosette on there, even though I know it's not going to fit in as a large letter. But you can just, put some chipboard pieces on there and other bits and pieces. So sort of make yourself a little scene. Well, not a scene, but a big sunshine, and then little things with some flowers. Maybe do that. So thank you. So, hope it just gives you little bits of ideas of how you can use the kit, but also incorporate dyes and images you've already got in among your stash, because we all know that we all have them. And one reason why I wanted to bring you these kits is because it helps me use stamp collections I've had in my stash for years and not even touched, because we've all got them. Then I'm doing something right. So just because it's summer doesn't have to mean that you don't have to use, obviously I've used under the sea items on this, but I've also used, anything that goes with the seaside as well. And and it just helps with the receiving this through the post. I think anybody will be quite pleased for. So that is the project. There will be more photographs of this one and the other one over the next few days, and I will show you what I've been adding into these as well. And then there's the little characters, and you've got one there, and you've got that pocket there, and then I'll just put my sticker on the back of there just to say who it's from. I'll do that now so I don't forget. So there we go. So that's just on the back of there now, but it just gives you a little bit of a different way of sending some happy mail, snail mail, whatever you want to call it. And you can add like a little stopper on there somehow, just so it doesn't flip open all the time. So yeah, so literally all that is a piece of A4 folded in half long ways, and then just decorated with the kit and some extra stamp images, and that's it. So I will call it a evening. Thank you very much for watching. So these are two different, these are them side by side. So 2 different versions of them. So yeah, so I will leave it live after this evening. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget the kit is still on pre-order until the 10th of June, and then it gets shipped out on the 15th. Zara and Jessica will be posting up projects as and when they do them. Zara's on holiday, so she might be a little bit later with hers, which is fine. Everybody needs a holiday. So yeah, so thank you very much for watching. Sorry about the interruption with the internet, and we will be back. I might try and do a live during the week on YouTube, and then I will definitely be back on Friday. So thank you, Sarah and Caroline and Jess and Jane and everybody else who's